In today's video, we're diving into some absolutely fantastic news about the Nintendo Switch 2 that just dropped. And let me tell you, it's something that will put a smile on every gamer's face who's still trying to lock in a unit for launch day. There are updates, fresh rumors, official warnings, speed tests, and even a cool surprise involving game music customization. If you're even remotely interested in what's happening around the Nintendo Switch 2, this is the video you've been waiting for. As we edge closer to the anticipated June 5th release date, Nintendo Switch 2 updates are coming in hot and fast. And unlike most new console launches, this one might not leave you empty-handed. If you're still on the hunt, great news. Several major retailers are reportedly going to have in-store inventory for launch day, even if you missed out on a pre-order. So if you're eyeing the next-gen hybrid console, now is the time to gear up. Let's start with a retail launch roadmap. Based on the most current info, Target will have Switch 2 units in-store on June 5th, but online orders won't be open until June 6th. So if you want it fast, physical store visits are the way to go. Meanwhile, GameStop has a very specific window. You need to show up at 3 p.m. local time on June 4th to reserve your console, then return later that night for midnight pickup. So if you're in Central, for example, be there by 11 p.m. Best Buy is also participating in the Midnight Madness, offering both pre-order pickups and some day one inventory. Just make sure to check your local store for details. Walmart also has in-store availability beginning June 5th, but their online strategy is unclear, so midnight refreshes are your friend. One of the most promising signs? A Best Buy location reportedly received 250 Nintendo Switch 2 units, 200 for pre-orders, and 50 set aside for walk-ins at launch. That's a solid supply compared to the shortages we saw with the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Of course, demand will be high, and units could vanish quickly, but this suggests Nintendo is ready to roll out significantly more launch stock this time around. Now let's talk about an important hardware heads-up. If you're unboxing your shiny new Switch 2 and notice a thin film on the screen, do not remove it. This isn't your average shipping protector. It's an anti-fragmentation film applied at the factory to protect the display in case of impact. Nintendo has officially recommended users not to peel it off. If you want to apply your own screen protector, do it over the built-in layer. Removing it could compromise the screen's durability or damage the panel entirely. Moving into performance updates. Level 5, the developers behind Fantasy Life, shared a comparison video that highlights the loading time improvements on the Nintendo Switch 2. On the original Switch, loading from the main menu to gameplay took 12 seconds. On Switch 2, just 6 seconds. That's a 50% reduction, all thanks to enhanced internal hardware and optimization patches tailored for the next-gen system. It's important to note, though, these improvements only apply to games that receive specific Switch 2 patches. Games without patches won't see these benefits unless the developers update them. Now let's shift into a potentially dangerous area: console hacking. Rumors are swirling in tech forums that Nintendo may be introducing firmware-level countermeasures for modding. In fact, some whispers suggest the Switch 2 could brick entirely if certain hack attempts are detected. While this remains unconfirmed, it highlights how aggressive Nintendo may become in trying to stop piracy and early game leaks this generation. So for the modding and emulation crowd, tread cautiously. Meanwhile, speculation around Nintendo's presence at Summer GameFest 2025 is building up. Unlike previous years where they were barely involved, this time it looks like Nintendo is planning a more meaningful participation. There are reports of new trailers, game demos, and even a possible gameplay debut for one of the Switch 2 launch titles. This aligns with their strategy to drive hype in the final weeks before launch. And here's something truly next-gen. A new rumor based on data mining suggests that custom music support might be introduced in select Switch 2 games. Imagine being able to set your own background music in compatible titles, something that's been on gamer wishlists for years. If true, this would mark a major shift in how Nintendo allows players to personalize their gaming experiences. Also, we got a minor but important update on game chat registration. Nintendo seems to be refining how voice and in-game chat services are integrated. Early impressions suggest a more seamless, platform-wide approach instead of relying entirely on the Nintendo Switch Online smartphone app, which was often criticized by fans. This could help elevate the online multiplayer experience to be more in line with Xbox and PlayStation systems. Retailers like Target, Best Buy, GameStop, and Walmart will have day-one stock of the Nintendo Switch 2, even for walk-ins, though supplies will be limited. Don't peel off the screen film. It's an anti-fragmentation layer meant to stay in place. Load times are significantly faster, as seen in games like Fantasy Life with patch support. Rumors suggest stricter anti-hack measures, possibly resulting in bricked consoles for modders. Nintendo may go big at Summer GameFest, a departure from previous years. Data mines hint at custom music support in future Switch 2 titles. Game chat might finally feel modern, moving beyond the clunky companion app. The Nintendo Switch 2 is shaping up to be a robust evolution of its predecessor, not just in terms of raw performance, but also in user experience and software enhancements. With retailers prepping midnight launches and Nintendo tightening the ecosystem, this could be the company's most polished hardware launch ever. That wraps up this massive update. If you're excited about the Switch 2, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update here at Technology in the future. Whether it's deep dive reviews, launch coverage, or feature breakdowns, I've got you covered. Let me know in the comments, are you lining up on launch day? And what feature are you most hyped about on the Nintendo Switch 2? Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.